for the intent of committing murder. And what happens? You might run into a dead end, and the Lord can give you the power to take flight, to fly off. So like I said, in these different movies like The Axeman, in these different movies like Axeman, DC Universe, DC Comics, movies like The Incredibles, different anime, they show you spiritual power. Final Fantasy, spiritual power. And you know where they get those things from? They get them from the Holy Scriptures. They get them from the Holy Scriptures. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18. This is the book of Psalms. Chapter 18. And I'll just start at 27. For thou wilt save the afflicted people. So that proves that the Lord is the only one who can save us. We cannot save ourselves. The Lord will save the afflicted people. And he can do that by giving you spiritual power. Thou wilt save the afflicted people. Just like in that movie, The Axeman. What was it? The Axeman Apocalypse? Or was that another Axeman movie? Where there were troops looking for the Axeman, and then there was this female. She had the power to manipulate the mind of somebody else. She had the power to manipulate the mind of one of those troops, and he ended up looking the other way, saying clear, and then he walked off. What she did right there was spiritual power. And that was mind manipulation. That was mind manipulation. Okay? For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks. IUIC. Now in the past, they made videos where there was groups of them with these flashy garments. The wind was blowing on them. Their garments was blown away. They had their head on their hips with their heads up. They're just this a pompous, proud look. Well, the Lord is going to bring that down. ISUPK, they're all dressed up. They're all dressed in black. They got on these black gauntlets, like they're about to beat somebody's ass, gorilla style. Looking all high and mighty. Well, the Lord's going to bring down high looks. That also includes the so-called white man, who always got his head in the clouds. So that also includes him. The Lord is going to bring down his high looks. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, the afflicted, the humble. The Lord is looking for those that are humble and of a broken and contrite spirit. That's who the Lord is looking for. The Lord is not looking for some high and mighty Hebrew. Like that one dude said in his song, I have never been a weak Jew. You've never been a weak Jew? Okay, stand in front of a semi-truck while it's coming at you, going 75 miles per hour, and let's see if you will never be a weak Jew. Nigga, your ass will be in the ICU drinking from a straw. In a casket. And that's the spirit. That's the spirit. The Lord literally sent the semi-truck down his way. Hey, man, hey, that's the... God, the Lord is terrible, man. Hey, the Lord even sent the semi-truck down his way. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hey, the Lord always sends a live example. You never been a weak Jew? Well, stand in the middle of a street while there's a semi-truck coming at your ass at 75 miles per hour. Let's see if you'll never be a weak Jew. Okay? That song is stupid. Need to get rid of it. The book of Psalm, chapter 18, verse 28. For thou wilt light my candle, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, my power will enlighten my darkness. For by thee have I run through a troop. Did you hear that? King David is glorifying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He said, by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai have he ran through a troop. Now let me remind you that King David was not tall like the average Israelite back then. He was shorter than the average Israelite back then. He was shorter than the average Israelite back then. And yet, this dude was running through troops that was twice his size. And let me remind you that these troops that he was running through, they had on heavy armor. Armor back then that warriors wore were heavy, weighing 200 pounds easily. And that's just a breastplate. A breastplate weighing 200 pounds. The shoulder pads might have weighed 50 pounds each. That's what, 25 kilo. That's 25 not kilometers. What am I looking for? Kilometers. They weighed 25 kilometers each. That's what, 50 pounds. 50 pounds each. The helmet might have weighed 50 pounds. The chainmail they wore might have been 100 pounds. The greaves that these soldiers wore back then, the greaves might have been 25 pounds each. And that's not including the chainmail. Some men wore chainmail back. Some warriors wore chainmail back in the ancient world. The chainmail, which you would use to protect your upper body, that might have weighed 150 pounds. So we're talking about men, and then on top of that, that's not including their body weight. Men were much taller in stature back in the ancient world. So it's not like King David was running through troops as tall as little kids. No, he was running through troops twice his size. Wearing all that heavy armor. And that's not including the weapon. The sword. The sword itself might have weighed like maybe 100 pounds easy. Spears back then might have weighed 75 pounds. Morning stars, they might have weighed 100 pounds. Even bows have weight to them. Even bows got weight to them. An average bow back in the ancient world could have weighed 50 pounds. So King David was running through troops that could have weighed maybe close to a ton. That's 1,000 pounds. King David is running through troops that could have weighed 1,000 pounds or more, or somewhere close to it. He could have been running through troops that had the weight of 700 pounds, 500 pounds, 850 pounds, or 1,000 pounds or plus. Because you also got to remember, some troops had shields. And some shields were pretty heavy back in the ancient world. Some shields could have weighed up to 300 pounds. So you got to remember, back in the ancient world, men were much bigger in stature and they were much stronger back then. Okay, King David was not fighting a bunch of pussies. He was fighting warriors. Warriors that were strong. So King David said he ran through a troop by his power. King David said, by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, have I run through a troop. So King David has spiritual power. I'm just shaking up this hand warmer in here. So Psalm chapter 18 verse 29. For by thee have I run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall. So imagine King David leaping over a wall. Okay? And we're not talking about a wall the size of a bike. Okay? We're talking about walls the size of a building. You can only jump that high if the Lord has given you spiritual power. So if Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai has given you spiritual power, you're going to be able to jump high. Okay, just look at Michael Jordan. You see how high this man was able to jump? And he did not even have spiritual power. How much more a man with spiritual power? Michael Jordan was a high jumper. Okay? Whenever Michael Jordan would dunk on somebody, somebody was liable to you know what? I ain't even gonna say it. Balls to the walls. Okay? Okay, Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 30. As for Yahweh, Bashem Yahawashi, his way is perfect. The word perfect means blameless. Okay, his way is perfect. The word of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For who is power save Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi? Or who is a rock save Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi? So a buckler is a form of protection, a warrior's belt. You would use a buckler back in the ancient world to prevent your torso from getting pierced by a blade or a spear or a morning star. Because if your belly was to get pierced and your spine got pierced, you were unable to move. Without your spinal cord, you can't stand or walk. So a buckler was used to protect this part of your body, which is typically the most tender part of your body. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 19. The Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahawashi, is my strength. Did you see that? He didn't say he was his own strength. He said, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahawashi is my strength. Okay? That's where our strength comes from. Our strength comes from Yahweh, Bashem, Yahawashi. And he will make my feet like hinds' feet. Now, when you research what a hind is a female deer. A female deer. That's what a hind is. Now, he said his feet like hinds' feet. When you look at a hind and how it runs, the back of his feet is able to step up to where the front of his feet is at. That's how a deer is able to run quickly. Also, right, they say that a hind is able to escape danger with abandonment. They say that a hind is capable of traveling through unusual, difficult terrain without any trouble. So imagine you're of the elect, right? And you're running from martial law and you're traveling through the woods. Well, the Lord can make your feet like hinds' feet. He can make it to where you can navigate through the woods as if you know it off the back of your head. He can make you do that. You know, another thing I noticed about a deer can also suddenly shift directions in the way it runs because of the back of his feet. It could be running this way and then suddenly curve that way. So a hind is able to travel through terrains quickly. A hind is able to travel. A hind is able to escape its prey by traveling at high speed through unusually difficult terrain. So the Lord can make your feet like hinds' feet. He can make you travel in ways that you've never traveled before. For the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is my strength. He will make my feet like hinds' feet, and he will make me to walk upon mine high places, to the chief singer of my stringed instruments. This is the book of 2 Samuel, the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 22. Okay, 2 Samuel, chapter 22, and I'll just start at 30. For by thee have I run through a troop, by my power have I leaped over a wall. As for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, his way is perfect. The word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. For who is power save the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So King David is reiterating. So in the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 29 on down, King David was reiterating what he said in the book of in the book of 2 Samuel 22. For who is power save Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? And who is our rock save our power? Now, a rock, it's not talking about a small ass rock. Come on, man. Okay, a rock could be talking about a mountain. A rock is something that you could take cover behind. A rock can be used as a defense. It can also be a symbol of a strong foundation. And that's our Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He is our protection, our shelter from attacks, from danger. He is our foundation, our ultimate foundation. Above Peter. Yes, Peter is our foundation, but there is a foundation higher than Peter. That's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hold on, I just want to make sure this is still recording. Man, I've been in the spirit. So hopefully I don't run out of memory space. There's still other scriptures I have to bring out. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is my strength and power. Did you hear that? And he maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken before my arms. So it is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that teacheth our hands to war. Okay? Martial arts and Kung Fu didn't come from somebody who was self-enlightened. Martial arts and Kung Fu came from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who taught them how to do those things. Now, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. Okay, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So the Lord is calling his elect men his battle axe and weapons of war. And with the Lord, and with the Lord's elect, the Lord is going to break in pieces the nations and their army. Did you hear that? And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. The horse and the rider could be talking about tanks. It could be talking about AMRAPs. It could be talking about jets, airplanes. The Lord is going to give his elect men spiritual power to take all those things down. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee will I also break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces the young and the maid. I will break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm going to say all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom is on to the next one. DTA Abad Babal.